Today, we will hear statements by the honourable members for the District of Humber Bay of Islands, Lake Millville, Bonavista, Bayvert Green Bay, and St. John Centre. The Honourable, the member for Humber Bay of Islands.
Mr. Speaker, I recently had the pleasure of joining family and friends of Trevor and Mildred Bennett at their home in Irishtown as they celebrated their 70th wedding anniversary. Trevor and Mildred were married on August 18, 1952 in Daniels Harbour. They met when Mildred moved to Daniels Harbour in her second year of teaching. After working as a teacher for a number of years, Mildred went on to nursing school and began working with community health for many years, retiring in 1990 after spending the last 13 years with the VON from a career she truly loved and dedicated herself. Trevor was born and raised in Daniels Harbour and was self-employed for many years, and with Mildred by his side, owned and operated the Benefit Motel in Daniels Harbour. He also served as the MHA for the District of St. Barbe from 1979 to 1982. Commitment, respect, and love are important foundations for any marriage, and Trevor and Mildred has certainly shown that over the many years they have been together. They have 5 children, 10 grandchildren, 10 great-grandchildren, and recently they welcomed the first great-great-grandchild. I ask all members to join with me in extending congratulations and best wishes to Trevor and Mildred on reaching this wonderful milestone. Thank you.
The Honourable, the member for Lake Millville.
Thank you, Speaker. Today I'm pleased to recognize former Labrador MHA and Cabinet Minister Joe Gowdy on his recent induction into the Order of Newfoundland and Labrador. Hear, hear. Born in Mud Lake, Joe is well known throughout our province for his career at CBC Radio as the first Labradorian to serve in Cabinet during his distinguished provincial political career from 1975 to 1985, for his craftsmanship and the art of canoe building, and oh so much more. Joe has worked diligently to promote all things Labrador, including its culture, heritage, and beauty. Many decades ago, he formed the Labrador Heritage Society and was involved in the creation of Them Days magazine, a quarterly publication preserving the stories of Labradorians. His vast knowledge and expertise continues to benefit other cultural and heritage institutions today, including Parks Canada and the Mealy Mountains National Park Reserve, the Trapline Marathon, and the Great Labrador Canoe Race. You do things you are comfortable with, things that you wish to do. All of a sudden, there's that reward. You're grateful for it, thankful for it, never planned it, but it's a really special feeling to receive it. Speaker, I ask this House to congratulate our colleague and our friend, Joe Gowdy, on receiving our province's highest honor.
The Honourable, the member for Bonavista.
Thank you, Speaker. At the Relay for Life in Bonavista on September the 10th, which raised over $55,000 for Daffodil Place, Joanne Tremlett told her powerful story to cancer survivors. Joanne was 14 years of age, 34 years ago, when she had many visits to a local physician with general complaints. After considerable time and a stay at the Janeway, she was diagnosed with Hodgkin's disease, stage 4. Joanne and her family wept upon hearing the diagnosis and resigned to many months at the Janeway. Joanne, at 14 years of age, began aggressive chemotherapy with much pain, and strangely enough, she vividly recalls the stress of hair loss and mentions how far we have come with wigs today. The staff at the Janeway, in particular 3C ward, she described as angels in white. Between treatments, she was granted a wish from Children's Wish Foundation to Disney with her family, which brought so much joy. In 1989, it was determined that cancer was in remission. Joanne decided to become a nurse and today works as an RN at Bonavista Hospital with twin girls and a loving, supportive husband. I ask the members of the 50th House of Assembly to join me in celebrating Joanne Tremlett's perseverance, strength, and courage in her journey with cancer.
The Honourable, the member for Bayvert Green Bay.
Speaker, I rise to acknowledge the late George Kelly, a well-known and respected mayor who passed away on August 4th, 2022. George was a strong advocate for Burlington, especially during his 26 years serving as mayor and councillor. Like many communities in the mid-90s, Burlington was faced with the economic downturn caused by the cod moratorium and a declining forest industry. Although it was clear that Burlington was struggling financially, George Kelly turned things around. Burlington has become a thriving, prosperous community with a growing tourism industry and a bright future. I developed a personal friendship with Mayor George back in the late 80s while operating a building supply operation in Springdale. George was a fierce negotiator when shopping for lumber and plywood for the next community project. He personified the quote, "Take care of the pennies and the dollars will take care of themselves." George has given his family and his community an incredible legacy of love and support, along with a generous and giving heart. I ask honourable members to join me in extending sincere condolences to George's wife, Doreen, and son, Scotty, and all residents and friends of the Bayvert Peninsula. Thank you, Speaker.
The Honourable, the member for St. John's Centre.
Thank you, Speaker. Amelia Earhart said, "Each time we make a choice, we pay with courage to hold resistless day and count it fair." At a time in her life when most people will be content to play it safe, Krista Stevens, who joins us in the gallery, chose to follow her heart, launch out into the deep, and complete her education. After a 26-year absence, Krista enrolled in adult basic education to complete high school. Encouraged by her success, Krista registered for Academy Canada's Office Administration and Technology program. At 42, and the oldest student in a class of mostly 20-something-year-olds, the age of her daughter, Krista felt totally out of her comfort zone. She faced very serious health, financial, and personal challenges and questioned her decision to advance her education. However, with the encouragement of her teachers, Krista chose to continue her education, driven by the desire to get off income support permanently and join the workforce. Recently, Krista Stevens received the 2022 Council of Federation Literacy Award from Newfoundland and Labrador as part of International Literacy Day. Krista is a constituent in my district. Her courage is an inspiration to me and to all those who seek to hold resistless day. Thank you.